But good thing may nag-request and we were able to prepare ahead of time sining presentation naton. No? Very simple presentation, but I think this live will become a video and will be a topic that you can share, especially sa aton nga mga school administrators. We will discuss Republic Act 10627. Amo ni siyang Anti-Bullying Act. Kung diin, diri naton maintindihan, later we will understand. Now we will know about this topic, what are prohibited acts and what are the responsibilities of the schools regarding this law. No, anong ginambal sang lahi, no? Ano ba yung sinasabi ng batas regarding dito sa anti-bullying? So again, many years ago, there were cases involving students, no? Naging sensational, and then later on napabayaan ulit, maybe because we're too busy na naman for other concerns. But nakalimutan na naman yung regarding dito. So in a way, as promised again kahapon, that I will discuss this topic, no? So sa liwat pa yung gabi sa inyo tanan, mga pinalangga. Okay. Let's start mga kauturan. Ano ba itong Republic Act 10627? Okay? Ito po yung tinatawag nating Anti-Bullying Act. I know may mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon na mga kapatid natin sa Luzon, and I will try my best to discuss this in a language that we will all understand. So, I will try in Tagalog, in English, so at least ang mga kapatid natin na hindi Ilonggo makakaintindi ng ating topic. So, I welcome everyone sa ating live broadcast tonight. And if you have some comments or questions, we will try to read your comments and of course answer your questions. And if you have some legal questions na hindi, not part of our topic, we will try to answer that also. Okay? So, kamusta yung audio natin? Please comment kung okay na. Then we will start sa ating topics ngayong gabi. Okay? Please send your comments if the audio is clear and the video is clear so we can proceed, mga kapatid. Okay? Number 1. Okay. What is Republic Act 627 or the Anti-Bullying Act? It aims to protect children, okay, enrolled in saang schools applicable ito. Lahat ng schools, kindergarten, elementary, secondary schools, and learning centers, or collectively, tawag natin yan ay schools. Yun ang sabi ng batas. So it aims to protect children from being bullied. Okay? So the term here is bullying o bullied. Later on, we will know the definition kung saan papasok yung tinatawag nating bullying. Okay? I know some of you may mga experience natin, yung mga anak natin naging biktima ng, bullying, no? And then it affects their, emotional, psychological, and mental health. So very important that the school should understand what are the policies involved under this law. Okay? So again, uulitin natin. This Anti-Bullying Act or Republic Act 10627 also requires schools to adopt policies to address the existence of bullying in their respective institutions. So it's mandatory. It is required sa lahat ng schools na merong policy regarding bullying. Okay? So, of course, yung policy must be implemented, sabi ng batas. Okay? Okay. So again, ano yung mga sinasabi nating bullying? Ano yung definition ng batas regarding bullying? Okay? Tuto Brown, good evening sa imo. Okay? Kabalos, Tuto Brown, medyo pagod, no? Pero no surrender, Tuto Brown. It's a commitment na sabi natin we will discuss this topic mamaya, na? So, welcome no sa ating programa ngayong gabi. Sa inyong lahat, sa mga kaka-tune in lang, ang topic natin ay tungkol sa bullying. Okay? So, please don't forget to share para maraming makapanood. Anyway, kahit gabi na ngayon, we will try na magiging video topics ito ng ating page so you can share it sa schools, sa mga parents, especially dyan sa mga Parents Teachers Association. Kasi sabi ng letter sender natin na nag-request na i-discuss yung topic na to, may maraming schools na nakakalimutan na naman, no? They have forgotten to implement, no? Mag-implement ng policy. Yung ibang schools, I don't know if they have policy of anti-bullying. But base dun sa report sa atin, merong school dito sa Negros na maraming, I think, yung nagpadala sa atin ng sulat, yung, I think, pamangkin niya ay naging biktima ng bullying. So, naapektuhan yung mental health. So, again, this is the reason why we are discussing it again, yung Anti-Bullying Act. Okay? So, ano yung bullying ng sabi ng batas, okay? Well, sabi ng batas, we have to qualify, okay? So, we will understand saan pumapasok yung bullying. Saan nag-start yung bullying, no? Ano yung definition ng batas? Ang sabi ng batas ganito, okay? Any severe, sobra, or repeated use by one or more pupils. So, kahit isa lang pwede maging bully, okay? More pupils, students of a written, verbal, or electronic expression. Tandaan dahil ngayon, tandaan natin, modern na, may cellphone na, may mga messaging na. So, it also applies not only to written, verbal, it includes electronic expression, or a physical act, or gesture, or any combination directed at another pupil or student. Okay? Tandaan nyo yan. Okay? So again, ulitin natin. What is bullying? Any severe or repeated use by one or more pupils, students, of a written, verbal, or electronic expression, or a physical act or gesture, or any combination directed at another student. And then, anong effect nito? Yung sinasabi ng batas natin. Okay? That will create what? A fear of physical or emotional harm or damage to his or her property. Diba usual, yung mga nangyayari sa ating, sa school campus, yung inaagaw yung mga, the usual incident sa school, yung bang estudyante inaagaw yung yung baon, yung gamit, yung pananakit, yung parang yung tawag, may isang estudyante na gusto agawin yung isang gamit, tapos merong mga may mga physical harm na ginagamit dahil malaki siya, o marami sila, grupo sila. So as long as it will create fear, okay, of physical or emotional harm, not necessarily meron talagang physical harm. Okay? Pag meron lang takot dahil tawag dito, dahil doon sa overpowering na na act ng isang estudyante or pupil against a student na nagke-create ng fear. Dahil sasaktan siya, okay? Emotionally, inaaway siya, okay? Or any damage to his or her property. Yung common yan. Naalala ko dati, nadumduman ko na, in Ilonggo pa, nadumduman ko during my school days. Even sa inyo siguro, alam nyo rin yan, during the school days, meron talagang bully sa school. Alam ni Tuto Brown yan, Tuto Brown? Diba? Alam ni Tuto Brown yung mga bully dyan. I think si Tuto Brown was a bully at school before, pati Joke lang, Tuto Brown, Bully ka ba ng time mo, Tuto Brown? Okay? Good evening, Mang Ningfi. Ara si Mang Ningfi sa Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay? This is just a special request that I will discuss this anti-bullying. Okay? Kahit gabi na, I know this will be shared by, by those who request this topic. And kung sino man dyan yung kailangan may mga, concern about bullying ng kanilang mga students. Okay, balik tayo sa topic. Okay. So again, bullying, if it will also create a hostile environment at school. Okay? Kumbaga yung estudyante ay natatakot na sa school kasi parang kinakalaban na siya ng mga, classmates niya, schoolmates niya. Okay? For the student or pupil, feeling niya lahat parang kinakalaban na siya. So, doon nag-uumpisa yung takot niya. So, it is considered also bullying. Okay? Now, violating on the rights of the other pupil or students at school and or materially and substantially disrupting the educational process. Yun yung sabi ng ating batas about the definition of what is bullying. Now, specifically, discuss natin. Okay, ano yung mga tinatawag nating any act that causes damage to a victim's psyche and or emotional well-being. Nakita niyo yun sa picture, medyo hindi masyado clear sa inyo kasi maliit. Okay. Pag ang isang student ay gumagamit ng slanderous statements, sinasabing slanderous, parang sinisiraan yung classmates niya, okay? Or inaakusahan siya, okay? Like gumagamit ng masasamang yung mga foul languages, sabi ng batas, or profanity at the target. Kasama dito yung name calling, yung sinasabing, ay, ano ka, bakla ka, pangit mo, no? Payat ka, ganyan. Okay, so that is part of an act that causes damages to the emotion in the psyche of a student or pupil. Okay? Usually, sa school, hindi kasi maiiwasan, mga kapatid, di ba? Hindi maiiwasan, mabait daw si Tuto Brown. Meron kasi sa school, hindi maiiwasan yung tinatawag nating pangmamaliit. They're trying to look down sa isang estudyante. Although it's a usual thing na nangyayari, but if it is too severe at saka nagkikreate na ng emotional and psychological effect sa estudyante, that is already bullying. And that is already punishable under this law na dinidiscuss natin o yung Republic Act 10627. Okay? So, tandaan natin yan. Okay? So, every students and pupil should know this, and especially our parents. Kasi ganito yan. Tandaan natin, dahil batas ito, mayroong mga liability dito. Okay? Including the parents, the schools. No? Hindi lang yung mga estudyante kasi alam naman natin yung mga estudyante ay, most of them, mga minor de edad. But later on, we will understand na meron parang penalty dyan. And that will allow schools that implements their policies against bullying, merong mga karampatang penalties na inaalaw ng ating batas para maintindihan natin. Okay? So, number 1, okay, yung sinasabi natin yung mga psychological and emotional bullying. Second, merong gender-based bullying na tinatawag tayo. O tawag dito, any act that humiliates or excludes a person on the basis of perceived or actual sexual orientation and gender identity. Yung mga kahit sa mga school, sa maliliit na pupils or students, 'di ba, merong mga there are experiences na parang binubuli yung mga kapwa estudyante by reason of their sexual orientation. Kasi hindi naman natin maiwasan, meron talagang, sinasabing natin, iba yung kanyang, preference sexually. Kahit sabihin natin, lalaki siya biologically, pero alam naman natin na meron talagang mga sexual preferences. And then may mga gender identity. Kumbaga tinatawag natin na yung nag-iba siya, no, sa mga schoolmates or pupils niya, and then binubuli siya, pwede din ma-qualify yan as bullying under tinatawag natin gender-based bullying. Okay? And then meron ding common, matandaan ng mga parents dito, especially those parents allowing their children to use cell phones. Okay? By using cell phones and by committing this cyberbullying, okay? Or any act of bullying done through the use of technology or any electronic means. So mag-ingat tayo dito, Kasi sinasabi ng ating batas, itong cyberbullying, okay, is also punishable sa batas na ito. Okay? Ano yung mga cyberbullying tinatawag? Any means using technology, cellphone, post sa Facebook, sa Instagram, or any social media, or even sa mga group chats. Di ba? Uso ngayon yung group chats. So kahit sa group chats, pag doon binubuli yung classmates or schoolmates, okay? So it's also punishable under the law. Okay? So sabi ng batas, the term cyberbullying shall include any conduct resulting to harassment, intimidation, or humiliation through the use of other forms of technology such as, but not limited to, saan pwede makumit yung cyberbullying para mas maintindihan ng ating mga kapatid. Okay? By use of technology such as texting, okay, email, okay, instant messaging, chatting, internet, social media, and even social or online games. Okay? Tandaan natin yan, even doon sa online games, yung baga naglalaro kayo doon ng mga classmates mo, yung mga anak nyo, pamangkin nyo naglalaro doon, tapos mayroong kasamang naglalaro online, tsaka binubuli yung isa. Marami ako naririnig niyan na binubuli yung mga playmates nila online. So that is still considered bullying, cyberbullying. Okay? Now, next, ano yung other form of bullying? Ito yung tinatawag nating any unwanted physical contact between the bully and the victim. Yung sinasaktan, punching, pushing, shoving, kicking, slapping, okay? Headlocks, yung ini-headlock yung mga classmate nila. Okay? Slapping or any use of weapons or objects like ball pens, pens, even yung mga umbrellas, yung sinasaktan palagi yung mga schoolmates or classmates is considered unwanted physical contact. Okay? Kumbaga, sinasabi ng classmates mo na ayaw ko na, tapos sinasaktan ng isang estudyante, that is considered unwanted physical contact. Okay lang yung sabi ng batas natin, okay lang yung magbiro, yung naglalaro yung mga estudyante, pero pag yung isang estudyante ayaw niya at ginawa pa rin ng isang estudyante, unwanted na po iyon. Kasi maraming nagtatanong dyan, mga kapatid, ganito kasi yan nagsasabi dyan na paano yan pag naglalaro yung mga bata. If consensual, mutual ng naglalaro, yung mga usual sa mga bata, nagbo-boxing, okay lang yon. Pero kung yung isa ay ayaw niya at palaging sinasaktan ng kanyang schoolmate or classmates, that is considered unwanted physical contact. That will constitute bullying also. Okay? Now, lastly, other form, social bullying, okay? Or any deliberate or repetitive and aggressive social behavior intended to hurt others or to belittle another individual or group. So, social bullying, okay? Commonly, alam natin yan, minamaliit natin kung saan pinanggalingan ng isang tao. Commonly, parang, example may isang estudyante, for example, na pumasok sa isang private school because he was, provided scholarship. Mahirap lang siya, hindi siya ganun kayaman, wala siyang pera, hindi maganda siyempre yung mga uniforms niya, tapos pinamaliit, okay? That is considered social bullying. Bawal din po iyan, sabi ng ating batas. Kaya we have to lecture this sa ating mga estudyante, sa ating mga anak o pamangkin o kapatid, not to do it. Kasi pag repetitive na yan, tuloy-tuloy na yan, napaka-severe na yung impact doon sa biktima, ay considered na yan na bullying. At pinagbabawal po iyan ng ating batas. Okay, next. Saan pwede makomit ito? Okay, nagtatanong, saan pwede makomit ito? Okay, usually, ang definition kasi sinasabi, sa institution lang, sa schools. Sabi ng batas, hindi po. Kasi, pwede makomit ito sa school grounds, okay? Or property immediately adjacent to school grounds. Kahit doon sa labas, diba? Sa gate, sa labas ng school grounds, pwede din yan makomit dyan. Or school-sponsored or school-related activities, functions, or programs. Okay? Whether sa loob or sa labas ng school. Kunwari, merong mga field trip yung mga bata. Okay? Pwede makomit din doon yung bullying. Not necessarily sa loob ng school. Okay? Tandaan nyo yan, parents and teachers. Sa school bus stops, kahit sa labas na ng school yan. Okay? Pwede makomit din yung bullying dyan. School buses, sa loob ng buses. Other vehicles owned, leased, or used by a school. Or school buses or school services privately owned but accredited by the school. The usual, mga service vehicle for rent, as long as nandun yung mga estudyante, pwede din makomit yung bullying. Again, i-clear natin, ang bullying ay pwede makomit hindi lang po sa loob ng schools. Okay? Pwede sa labas, adjacent sa schools. Ulitin natin, kahit sa labas ng school, as long as it is school-related activities, pwede din makomit doon yung tinatawag nating bullying. Okay? Now, question ganito. Ano yung responsibility ng schools? Okay? We will address this sa ating mga schools administrators. Okay? Anong sabi ng batas? Okay? Anong sabi ng batas na dapat gawin ng schools regarding dito sa bullying? Ano yung sabi ng batas? Okay? Very clear. Schools are directed to adopt policies. Pag yung school ay walang policies, walang batas sa bullying, ay may violation yung school. Later on, we will know ano yung penalty ng schools. Okay? Anong sabi? Adopt policies which are to be regularly updated. The term there is regularly updated. Hindi yung pag may issue lang, i-implement yung policy, hindi nakakalimutan na naman. So sabi ng batas, dapat yung policy must be regularly updated. They have to adapt yung mga bagong events, yung mga uso sa mga bata ay dapat bantayan ng ating school. Anong purpose nito na mag-adapt ng policy that is regularly updated? To address the existence of bullying. Pag meron ng bullying, okay, in their respective institutions. Okay. These policies are to be reported. Okay, so may requirement na mag-report yung institutions or yung schools. Okay? Saan magre-report? Okay? Na meron silang policies na ganito. Reported to appropriate school division, superintendent of the Department of Education if we're dealing with public schools. Okay? Kailan? Kailan dapat mag-report? During the first week of every academic year. Tandaan nyo yan every first week of every academic year. Kung hindi nagawa ng school yan, na wala siyang policy o meron siyang policy, but it does not report every first week of every academic year, violation po iyan. Okay? Now, and during this period, sabi ng ating batas, the school shall also submit a report of relevant information and statistics on bullying and retaliation called by or from the previous academic year. Dapat mag-report also yung institution o yung school sa incidents ng bullying. Why? Para malaman ng Department of Education doon sa mga public schools kung paano ka-severe yung problema sa bullying. And then, if may kailangan na baguhin o mag-adapt ng bagong policies o dagdagan yung pagbantay sa mga bata, ay dapat gawin iyan. So, very, very important. Kayo mga parents, you try to check the schools kung active yung policy nila regarding anti-bullying. Later on, we will know ano yung penalty ng schools. And then, ano penalty ng mga estudyante kung nangyayari ang bullying sa school. Okay, next. Ano yung ang dapat ilagay doon sa policy? Of course, very common naman yan, syempre. Dapat, merong procedure, may mga strategies, anong policies. Number 1 is to prevent. Tandaan natin yan, una sa lahat dyan, prevention of bullying. Tandaan natin yan, And then next, kung merong bullying, ano yung approach? Okay? ng teachers na ma-eradicate yang bullying at maiwasan yung tinatawag nating retaliation. Okay? Again, ulitin ko sa mga teachers natin dyan. Tandaan natin dyan, very important. Kasi usually, pag may bullying, may bully, merong nag-retaliate. Meaning, syempre, yung bata, yung biktima, he will also try to, kumbaga kung sa Ilonggo pa, magbato ba? No? He will try to fight back. Tawag dyan retaliation. So una, prevention of bullying. Secondly, how to avoid retaliation. Okay? So tandaan natin, una, prevention. Second, how to avoid retaliation. And thirdly, ano yung mga penalties na dapat gawin ng school doon sa mga guilty of bullying. Okay? So sabi ng batas, such actions, yung mga penalties will include, sabi ng batas, reprimand, pagsabihan yung bata at saka yung parents. Okay? Community service, pwede din i-train yung mga estudyante as a form of penalty, they have to be responsible through community service. So they will realize as part of the policy na hindi pala biro to kasi there is a corresponding penalty. Okay? Ano pa? Pwede naman masuspend yung bata, yung estudyante or pupil. No, ito na parents tandaan natin ito. Pag meron na talagang bullying na kukumit dyan, yung policy ng school will include hindi lang yung reprimand, community service, it will also include suspension to the point of exclusion or expulsion. Okay? So in addition to any action taken against the perpetrator, yung mga bully, okay? Or bullying or retaliation, must necessarily include daw, sabi ng ating batas, yung rehabilitation program. Kasi ganito yan Pag nakomit na yung bullying ng bata, hindi naman ibig sabihin masama yung bata Okay? Pagpatuloy, despite the penalty, despite, let's say, sabihin natin suspension, despite the reprimand, kumbaga, sinabihan na wag gawin, despite the community service at ginawa pa rin ng bata, i-introduce dapat doon sa policy ng schools yung tinatawag nating rehabilitation program. Kasi we have to save the children, the students, and the pupil. So, rehabilitation program that must be administered by the school. So, pwede naman mag-adapt yung school kung paano nila maglagay ng program regarding how to rehabilitate doon yung mga bully. Okay? Kasi, again, tandaan natin, lalong-lalo na yung mga bata pa, they have to understand na hindi maganda yung ginagawa nila. And then later on, we wanted them to reform. Kailangan tulungan yung mga bata or even the parents. So doon yung papasok yung counseling. Hindi lang counseling ng mga estudyante, also counseling dapat ng mga parents and even mga teachers. Kumbaga, they have to know how to approach yung mga bullies. Paano tulungan yung mga bullies. Okay? So yung sinasabi, inuulit lang dito ng batas na the school shall also educate the parents and guardians about bullying, ano yung effect nito, okay? Ano yung policy ng school, so on and so forth. Okay? So kailangan again yung ano dito very important dito mga mga kaligal is that the school has to have a policy. And the policy must be implemented regularly and it must be updated. So tandaan natin, ang bottom line dito is number 1 is how to avoid bullying. And in case pervasive, tuloy-tuloy, kailangan may mga rehabilitation program na yung mga estudyante na involved sa bullying. And then, we have to include to educate our parents. Kasi yung ibang parents talaga di aware na yung anak pala nila ay nagiging bully na or yung mga anak pala nila ay naging biktima na ng bullying. So doon pag-uusapan sa school yung rehabilitation, yung counseling, together with the parents and of course guardians or even teachers on how to approach a bully and how to help the bully and the victims of the bullying. Kasi ngayon, to be honest, na marami tayong naririnig mga parents, mga guardians, hindi lang na news kasi bawal. Tandaan natin na especially if the victim are minors and the perpetrators are minors, hindi po iyan, tawag natin, hindi po iyan pinapublish ng mga schools kasi bawal nga papublish yan. But the bottom line is statistics are growing. Hindi lang natin alam, maraming mentally challenged na mga estudyante by reason of bullying. So again, tandaan natin, we have to remind the schools. Kayo dyan sa schools, be proactive. Don't wait for serious incidents to happen. Again, education to parents and teachers or guardians are necessary or is necessary. Dapat i-educate natin yan para maging proactive. Kung pwede maiwasan, mas maganda. No, it's better to, prevent than to rehabilitate. Kasi di natin alam kung ano nakasevere yung effect ng bullying. Hindi lang doon sa biktima, kundi din sa perpetrator. Sa gumawa, yung sa bully. Kasi alam naman natin, they are mostly minors. So, siyempre, they are not really aware kung ano yung ginagawa nila. Okay? Okay. Next, dito tayo. Anyway, na-mention ko na, the school has to have a policy that will include, of course, Child Protection Committee. So, the school has to make a committee. Ang composition nakalagay dyan, of course, school head, from the counselor, my teacher, parents, representatives sa schools or sa community, including Parents Teachers Association. So, committee, dapat mayroon. Responsibility, commonly, awareness program, anti-bullying policy, gagawa ng policy, monitor yung mga incidents, and then of course, to make coordinations with proper government agencies like the SWD, Department of Education, and other related government agencies. Okay? Now, ito na. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, hindi kasi pwede i-publish. Kaya di natin alam. Now, we really do not know, mga kapatid, yung statistics talaga ng bullying sa schools natin ngayon. For what reason? Because incidents of bullying is treated with utmost confidentiality. Okay? Tandaan natin ha, bawal doon sa mga schools na i-divulge. Okay? Yung circumstances ng biktima, ng bully, or kung sino man yung nag-report ng bullying. Okay? Dahil sabi ng batas, it has to be treated with utmost confidentiality. Hindi lang confidential, but utmost confidentiality. Okay? So, tandaan ng committee yan, ng school yan. Okay? But there is an exception, sabi, that the names may only be available to the school head, okay? Or administrator, teacher, or guidance counselor designated by the school head and parents or guardians who have victims of bullying or retaliation. Among those people lang allowed na i-divulge yung pangalan. Of course, they have to know the name of the students, the bully, and the victims because they will address the problem. Alam nila kung sino yung kakausapin, sino i-counsel, sino yung i-rehabilitate ng school. So, aside ng school administrators, parents, guardians ng biktima o ng bully, wala na po ibang dapat makakaalam ng names or personal circumstances ng mga bata, either ng bully o biktima ng bullying. Okay? Tandaan nyo yan. Kasi if there, again meron akong concern talaga. No? Meron ako talagang nakita na isang media reporter ata yon. No? Ewan ko ano nangyari sa kanya. Siguro too excited, no? Hindi niya alam nang ginagawa niya pala is considered na violation ng confidentiality. Tandaan natin, especially ng mga reporters, yung mga media men nato, mag-ingat tayo kasi merong batas na confidential yung personal circumstances sa mga bata. Okay, tandaan natin kahit hindi na-mention, tandaan natin yung actual name ng mga bata, but if yung description and circumstances will lead to its identification, more or less, para ma-identify na siya pala yun. Yung pala yung bata na yun. That is still considered a violation of confidentiality ng information ng mga bata involved in a bullying case. So ikaw yung media na di mo alam na may batas, never ever discuss the circumstances of the children involved in bullying. Kahit na hindi mo sinabi, again, kahit hindi mo sinabi yung complete name, but the circumstances will connect, at ultimately, and probably would identify kung sino yung mga parties ng bullying, ay posibleng it's a violation of confidentiality. Okay? At least klaro tayo. Okay? Now, dito na tayo para mabilis na kasi gabi na. Okay? Ano mangyayari if the school or its personnel fails to comply with the act? Paano yung school na hindi nila ginawa yung trabaho nila? They did not adopt a policy. They did not implement the policy. Okay? They did not act according to the policy. Ano yung penalty? Okay? Ang sabi ng batas ganito, school personnel of public schools shall be subject to administrative disciplinary proceedings. Kasi tandaan natin, may administrative proceedings yung mga personnel ng public schools, including teaching and non-teaching personnel. Dahil sila ay governed by the civil service rules. Tandaan nyo yan, okay? Now, hearing personnel or private schools na naman, ito, private school, kanina na-mention natin yung public school. What about yung nagkasalang personnel ng mga private schools? Okay? They will also be subject to administrative disciplinary proceeding imposed by the institution or private schools. Okay? Now, copies of such decisions shall be submitted to the private school to the department's division's office. Okay? So, merong penalty yung school. And then, ito, the severe na penalty ng mga private school in case they fail to comply with the law or its implementing rules and regulations. Anong sabi ng batas? Private schools which fail to comply with the act or its IRR shall be given notice. Una, bigyan ng notice sa failure nila to comply. Okay? And then, pag they will not rectify, okay? But they will not able to prove any meritorious grounds to justify their failure to comply, pwede po masuspend yung school o ma-revoke yung license ng school. Tandaan nyo yan, ha? It's not an ordinary law. Tandaan nyo yan. This is a special law protecting the students. Now, if the private schools or even public schools failed, of course, yung mga public school, pinapalitan yung, pinapalitan yung mga personnel doon. Sa private school, iba yung penalty. Pag merong clear violation yung private schools, pwede masuspend yung school or ma-revoke ang license ng school. Okay? Good evening, Sir Philip Alonsagay. Thank you, Gid. You can share this topic in video after this live because it's a special request from a follower who wanted to discuss this because a family member was a victim of bullying. And as if the school are not acting proactively. So, I hope they will not have to wait for a serious thing to happen before they act. Again, we will review this and they have to understand that if they fail to comply, again, ulitin ko, pag hindi nyo ginawa yung obligasyon nyo under the law, pwede masuspend o ma-revoke your license ng private schools. Okay? So, tandaan natin, mga kapatid, this is a short discussions lamang kasi special request ito. Then you can share this sa mga school administrators, sa mga parents, teachers, or even sa mga estudyante natin that they will understand. And they have to remember, and we all have to remember, ang sabi nga ni Katana Collins, bullying is a major problem in our school workplace, homes, and over the internet. But it can be stopped if we all work together. Ulitin ko bullying is a major problem, mga kapatid. It's a major problem. Hindi lang sa schools, sa workplaces, sa bahay, or even sa mga internet, tandaan natin yan. Well, malaking problema yan. It's a major problem, but we can stop bullying if we all work together. And how to work together? Be educated. Okay? Yung mga schools, you have to be educated. And you have to adopt a policy and make sure that you are serious enough to implement your policy. Otherwise, tandaan natin, what will be the purpose of the academic institution pag hindi naman natin ma-protect yung welfare ng mga bata natin. Okay? So, thank you so much sa lahat ng nanonood. Okay? And please, use this video and share this so we can guide our friends, our neighbors, our teachers, and even our schools. That they will understand that, education is very important. Kasi tandaan natin, at the end of the day, sabi ng ating batas, ignorance of the law excuses no one. Salamat sa inyo lahat and hope to see you again during our next topic. Bye-bye!